By the way, I have also made an ultimate video comparing all of the different softwares, so go check that out, link in description. And don't forget, I have special discounts and crazy bonuses if you use my affiliate link. So if you enjoyed this, check out all of those links.
So AWeber has some of the basic automations that you might need, some purchase-based tagging, all of these sort of like basic things. The only thing here I would say is that it doesn't really have any multi-trigger workflows. It doesn't have advanced logic and goal tracking, deep event triggers. So honestly, it has most of the basic stuff, but just missing a couple of different things. Also split A/B automations, which is a pretty huge thing. So it's good for simple sequences, but not really great for if you want a little bit more complex automations. So I'll give it only a 7 out of 10.
By the way, I have created a document of 50 best growth hacks used by the biggest marketers out there. Check the link below.
When it comes to ease of use, it's very straightforward, very beginner friendly. I think that's their target market. Clear separation between lists, campaigns, landing pages, very minimal learning curve. I do think there are a couple of softwares that are just a tiny bit easier to comprehend and just have a little bit nicer interface. That's why I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
By the way, I created a blueprint for the best business model out there, so check the description.
When it comes to landing pages, honestly, I'm not super crazy about the templates. They are kind of okay, I would say, style-wise. You can have a look for yourself on the website if you see if you like any of them. They do have 100+ templates, which is nice. Customizable blocks, video embeds, basic analytics, so all of those kind of basic things that you will need. It does like A/B testing, which some email marketing softwares do provide, and it could have a little bit more flexibility. So it's a 6, maybe even, it's a 7, maybe even a 6 for landing pages. When it comes to forms, they do have inline pop-up forms with simple customization. You can trigger automations, apply tags. Templates are, I would say though, kind of basic. They're not very beautiful templates, and design flexibility is limited as well, so it's a 7 out of 10. When it comes to newsletter designer, they have this drag and drop editor with some pretty solid, decent templates and dynamic content. The smart designer can help you to create branded email templates. I'll kind of showcase later a bit what this means. And you have A/B testing for subject lines, but no A/B testing for the actual email content. So it's a 7 out of 10. When it comes to e-commerce, you have built-in actually tools to sell digital products with Stripe. This is, I do have to emphasize, very, very simplistic. Also, there are some automatic product taggings, simple purchase triggers, so they do provide some of this stuff. No abandoned cart recovery or advanced product recommendations, so it's more of a 7 out of 10. When it comes to AI features, they have basic AI writing assistant for subject lines and email copy, and I'll talk about something else when it comes to AI that's related to this within the specific features section. But other than that, no predictive send time optimization, no AI-driven segmentation yet, no automations. So some of these things other email marketing softwares already have, so it's just a 6 out of 10. So when it comes to unique features, honestly, there's only one feature that I really can see, and that's AI newsletter writer. So basically they have this automate your weekly newsletter in your voice, and supposedly this is supposed to help you to automatically in your voice help you to draft newsletters, remind you when to send them, and you still can adjust all of the different things. This, I would say, is kind of just basic AI writer for your email. What other softwares provide as well, but they are kind of just packaging this as like this 100% automated AI newsletters writer, and perhaps if they develop more on it, perhaps this could be useful. So if you're writing a lot of newsletters and you want to try to have the easiest process with AI, this might be somewhat worth to look into. When it comes to AWeber pricing, it's pretty simple. However, there is one caveat you need to understand. So basically, we can choose this plan between 7,500 and 10,000 subscribers. They have mainly two different plans. They have this done for you plan, and at least now they're running this promo. You can decide yourself whether this is worth for you. I would rather just do it myself, to be honest. But you have the Lite and the Plus plan. And billed monthly, the Lite plan is $100 and the Plus is $135, which is somewhere in that middle range. There are some softwares that are cheaper that I think provide more features than AWeber. But one thing here to note as well is that with the Lite plan, first of all, note that you get 10 times the subscribers, so basically 10 emails per subscriber. On this plan, you'll get 12. So again, you might run out if you have, let's say, 9,000 subscribers, but you're sending like 15 emails per month to them. It's not gonna be enough for you. Another super important thing is like you only get one email list, and well, if you're going to use the landing pages, only 3 landing pages and only 3 email automations. This and the one email list is absolutely killers for me. And also, aside from that, some of these sales trackings, some of them are, if we go into the actual features, you will see that, okay, behavioral automation, this is not included, branded click tracking links, this is not included. Some of these features are super important. So honestly, most likely you will go with a Plus plan. The Lite plan is kind of just there to anchor it. You're going to go with this, so you're going to be paying $135 a month. So it's not horrible pricing, but as I said, I think there are just better deals out there. So who is AWeber best for? I would say that it's just like a very simple email marketing tool. No very advanced features. Honestly, it doesn't really stand out to me much. If you see that, okay, you feel like this tool just fits you really well, then you might as well go for it. But honestly, I do think there are better tools out there, and they even come at better price as well. When it comes to Brevo automations, they have most of the basic stuff that you will need, and one thing I do like is that they also have some pre-built automations. Nothing crazy, just some of these basic things, but pretty much you will find everything you need, like the multi-trigger workflows, emails open, page visited, if-else branching. It combines basically marketing, transactional emails. So it's nothing crazy advanced, but it has all of the basic stuff you will need. It's an 8 out of 10. When it comes to ease of use and interface, it's pretty clean. Well organized, clear navigation between email, SMS, and CRM features, if this is what you're going to be using, and I'll discuss this later as well. I would say it's slightly more technical than MailerLite or even ConvertKit. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10, but it's still beginner friendly. For landing pages, they have drag and drop builder. They have all the custom sections, countdowns, product embeds. There's A/B testing included in higher tier plans. I will say it's an okay drag and drop designer. I'm not crazy about it, and the templates are sort of okay as well. So it's somewhere between 7 and 8 out of 10. When it comes to forms, they have all the embeds, pop-ups, triggering automations. It's easy to set up. Design-wise, customization is not super advanced, especially that if we compare it to dedicated form tools, but it's still pretty decent for email marketing software. It's an 8 out of 10. For newsletter designer, it's pretty smooth drag and drop builder. Nothing too crazy. I would say I like some of the other drag and drop builders a little bit more. It does support some personalization, conditional visibility, dynamic content. There's A/B testing for subject lines and the message content, but it's really somewhere between 7 and 8 out of 10. When it comes to e-commerce, you have integrations with Shopify, WooCommerce, all of these. There's a good amount of different integrations. They have features like abandoned cart recovery, product recommendations, purchase-based segmentation. It supports transactional emails, SMS, and WhatsApp notifications, but I'll tell you more about this when it comes to pricing. In general, it's not too bad for a software that's not specifically made for e-commerce, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. When it comes to AI features, they have AI assistant for subject lines and copy generation. Predictive send time optimization is in beta now, so it's not as advanced as some of the other tools that have been doing this for a long time. And there's no AI driven automation creation yet, so it's just a 7 out of 10. Some unique features. So first of all, they have this sort of email, SMS, WhatsApp, and a chat all combined together. However, I'll show you in pricing what that means as well, because unless you go with crazy expensive pricing, it might mean that you're actually not able to use these features. So most likely you're actually only going to be able to use the email and SMS, which is something that most of the softwares provide one way or another. Another unique feature is that they do have built-in CRM and deal pipelines. So this is something that's unique and you don't find it on as many email marketing softwares. But again, when it comes to pricing, I'll show you need to pay extra for this. And they do have some advanced contact scoring, reports, things like that. Again, that's kind of part of the CRM.
Brevo pricing is honestly kind of strange and pretty annoying. So first of all, they actually have this free plan, and it's even 300 emails per day. However, this really has basically no features. So honestly, as a free plan, I would not advise to go with Brevo. There are way better free plans with other softwares. Now, you are going to go either with the starter plan or the standard plan. And there's the professional. I'll explain the difference and what you really need to understand. First of all, the starter plan, this is why I don't understand some of this stuff, is because you get very basic features. So for example, if you will want email marketing automation, which you obviously will want, if you will want A/B testing, all of these super important things, advanced email reporting and all of that, none of that is included in the starter plan. You will need to go with the standard plan. So that's something you need to understand. Another really thing that I don't really like is that they don't charge per subscribers, but they charge per emails sent. So it kind of depends, obviously, like how many emails you send. Maybe this is going to make sense for you. But so let's say if you have 10,000 subscribers, 10 emails per subscriber, 100,000 emails. And this is on the low end. You can definitely be sending way more than that. So for this, the price is $70 a month, which is not bad. However, keep in mind, again, you might hit this threshold. So this might be, when you reach whatever, let's say 7,000 subscribers. And another thing here is you have branding. So if you want to get rid of that, you'll need to pay additional $12 a month. And then if you want the sales features, so sales automations, pipelines, all of this, the chat bots, all of these things that are more unique, this is additional feature. So in here, as you can see, you will need to be paying $31 extra per month. So that's $112. One thing to note here as well is if I'm going above it, I need to switch to the standard plan. And as I said, the standard plan is this one that really has all the features that you will need. The starter plan, I don't think it's really possible to work with that. So in here, let's say if I choose 100,000 emails, that's going now to be $130 a month. So the price increases quite a bit. And as I said, it might be somewhere between 100,000, 150,000. So this is $170.
depending how many emails you're going to send for the amount of the subscribers that you have. Again, if you want all of the sales stuff, you'll need to add that as additional, then it becomes $200 a month. And if you will want to go with the professional plan, where this is where you really get a lot of stuff. So as you can look, additional marketing channels like the WhatsApp, pop-ups, mobile push notifications, contact scoring, advanced e-commerce features, AI segmentation. Actually, these are really important features, and some of these features you get on other software normal plans, but here you need to go with professional, which is $500 per month, which is absolutely crazy. So in here, it starts from 150,000 emails, and that gives you that costs $500 per month, and then there are some upsells here as well. And they do have, by the way, their SMS marketing. Let me see. So they have prepaid emails, but this is pretty expensive, honestly. And you have the text messages depending on where you're sending. So here it's like 10,000 is $109. Also WhatsApp, but again, you need to realize that you will need a specific plan to be even able to use this. So who is Brevo best for? It can work really for any business as a general email marketing software, but really I would only suggest it if you really need some deal pipelines and you want the chat. But also I did show you that you need to pay extra or go on this crazy expensive plan. So there might be also better options for you of actual CRM tool or all-inclusive tool, but this is the only reason I would say that maybe I would consider going with this software. So that's just one thing to consider.
Every single review just gives you a bunch of different features and you are still absolutely confused which is the best choice for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you just the very specific features that you actually need to pay attention to understand which is the best choice for you based on your specific case. And on top of that, I have some discounts and crazy bonuses if you use my affiliate links. So check out all of the links in the description.